So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Samurai X1 here. Happy Wednesday! Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday, and in today's video, I got you guys the brand new Dogmatika. Honestly, anyways, I'm coming at you with the brand new game-changing Yu-Gi-Oh deck that's about to destroy the entire metagame. This whole entire deck is being released in Rise of the Duelist, and I happen to have all the cards for the deck profile for you guys, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. For those of you here on the channel for the very first time, consider hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you guys turn on this. Come on, dude. Explode. And always, like, uppercut elbow, that thumbs up button, break for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Come on, man. And you know what? And it's making me angry because Norm, you're not even subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, join the gang. Guys, we're almost at 300,000 subscribers, and Norm isn't even subscribed to the channel. Norm, come on, Norm. Don't make me do it again. I'm pissed, man. Norm, hit the subscribe button right now and join the 300K gang because we're like 500 subscribers away from 300,000 subscribers. Super exciting. Anyways, I won't waste any more time. Without further ado, let's get started with this brand new Dogmatika deck profile for the 2020 format. All right, guys, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, guys, here we have it, the brand new Dogmatika deck profile for you guys today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Start with the monster quick and play, of course, the brand new Dogmatika Ecclesia the Virtuous. She is one of the best cards in the entire deck. One of the main combo facilitators for the entire deck. Level 4 spellcaster with the ability that reads that cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special from the extra deck. You can only use each of the following effect of Dogmatika Ecclesia the Virtuous once per turn. If a monster special from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. And she has the ability where it reads that if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can activate this effect. Add one Dogmatika card from your deck to your hand, except for Dogmatika Ecclesia the Virtuous. Also, you can add special summon monster from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. So essentially, she becomes the straddles for the entire deck. And near the end of the video, I'll showcase you guys some cool combos you guys can use in utilizing her special ability. Next off, of course, I love playing 3 Maximus right here. A lot of people play this card as a 2-of or a 1-of, but I felt like utilizing this card as a 3-of is just absolutely crucial for the way that I like to play the deck. Basically, the 1-card combo in this deck is Nadir Servant, but if you open up with Maximus and 1 monster with 1,000 or less attack and any discard card, you can literally combo off with Maximus just the same way where you can combo off with Nadir Servant, right? So I feel like throughout playtesting and the deck building process, me and Yassine came to the conclusion that 3 Maximus is definitely the correct number to play in the deck, in my opinion. So if you guys don't know what this card does, that you can banish 1 Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. So it's a free summon as long as you banish 1 of the extra deck monsters in your graveyard, which is really good. During your main phase, you can activate this effect, send 2 monsters with different names from your extra deck to the graveyard. Also, your opponent sends 2 monsters from their extra deck to the graveyard as well. So you Foolish Burial 2 monsters from the extra deck, and your opponent has to Foolish Burial 2 monsters from their extra deck as well. And like I mentioned earlier, Maximus plus an Alistair or like an Ash Blossom or an Effect Veiler with 1 discard is still full combo, which is really, really good. So Show Maximus, absolutely mandatory. And the last Dogmatika monster I'm playing in the deck is the 1 Dogmatika Fleur de Lis, Denighted. This card is absolutely incredible. Only 1 copy of this card because this card is always searchable directly from your deck to your hand, which is really good. And this card becomes like another hand trap for the deck. If you guys don't know what this card does, during the main phase, if a monster special from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then if you can show another Dogmatika monster, you can negate the effect of 1 face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. So this effect is really good because it's a better imperm and also a better effect veiler because this card does not target. So once Dragoon comes out, this is the card that's going to be able to help you play around Dragoon or Red Eyes. And the secondary effect reads that when your Dogmatika monster declares an attack, you can make all Dogmatika monsters you currently control gain 500 attack, and you can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. Triple Alistair, the Invoker right here, absolutely phenomenal. Invokes, literally synergizes with Dogmatika beautifully. The fact that all the Dogmatika monsters are light, you get access to Makaba, sending your fusion monsters to the graveyard to easily summon your Dogmatika monsters from your hand is just absolutely incredible. So the Invoked engine just meshed super well with your Dogmatika cards, and it's one of the best two engines that you can mesh together to build one really powerful deck. So the Invoked engine with the Dogmatika monsters is just absolutely incredible, especially if you're able to get access to your Makaba first. Like opening up with Alistair and the Dear Servant is pretty much a really good first turn powerful board right there and then, right? So Alistair is just really insane, so good. So triple Alistair, no need to further explain why this card is amazing. Triple Effect Veiler, this card is absolutely insane, not once per turn as well, like I mentioned earlier with the combo of Maximus. So if you open up, let's say, with 2 Effect Veilers and a Maximus, a lot of people may think that's a brick. And if you guys want to check out that part of the combo, make sure you guys check out the link in the description box below. You've seen what showcase you guys that combo for you guys to check out. So triple Effect Veiler, really good. It's also a light. Triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to run off for your monster hand traps. These cards are just really good generic hand traps that you can play in today's metagame. So the 6 monster hand traps that you're playing in the deck. Before we get started with the spells, if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get this beautiful playmat today. God Amongst Us playmat in the description box below at tx1.com. One of the most favorited playmats on the Team Samurai X1 shop. So make sure you guys get this playmat today. Hit the link down below. Alright guys, off to the spells. Triple Farfar Servant, aka the Dear Servant right here. Card's absolutely phenomenal. This card is literally a 1-card combo deck. You open up this card, you literally have 1-card combo, and I'll showcase you guys this combo near the end of the video. This card is so good. So you send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then add 1 Dogmatika monster or Fallen Ablaze from your deck or graveyard to your hand that has less attack or equal to that sent monster in the graveyard. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. So triple the Dear Servant, absolutely mandatory to play in the deck. Next off for your Invoked engine, obviously triple Magical Meltdown, you 1 Terraforming, and then triple Invocation to run off for all your invoke spells that you're playing in the deck. You want to maximize yourself and actually seeing these cards as quickly as possible, especially Alistair, because Alistair is only one of the cards that actually helps you facilitate majority of your combo plays to help you get access to your Makaba. That's pretty much it for all your invoke lineup that you're playing in the deck. Next I'm going to play, of course, triple Call by the Grave. Absolutely mandatory to play in the deck in my personal opinion. You always want to ensure that you're hand trap proof, which is really good. So sometimes that Ash Blossom on that Dear Servant can really hurt, or that Ash Blossom on the Alistair can really hurt. So you want to prevent that as much as possible. And Call by the Grave is the card that's going to prevent that. You want to play, of course, triple Forbidden Droplet. This card is insane. And a lot of people are going to question, Sam, how do you out Zexal? Zexal is one of the most problematic cards to deal with in today's metagame, and Forbidden Droplet is going to be one of those cards that helps you combat against those big boards and also combat against Zexal. So for those of you who don't know what this card does, is that you can send any number of other cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard, choose that many effect monster your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, their attack is half, also their effects are negated. So we can negate multiple monster effects. Opponent cannot activate cards or effects with the same original type. Monster Spell and Trap has the card sent to the graveyard to activate this card. So you activate Forbidden Droplet. Let's say you send a spell and trap card to the graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards in response to this card's effect. And you're negating 2 monsters on the field. At the same time, let's say you activate Forbidden Droplet and you send a monster to the graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate monster effect in response to Forbidden Droplet. Well, this is the new meta, guys, and I truly believe it is the best card in Rise of the Duelist. This card is going to be game changing. And next on the round out for spells, this can be Pot of Desires if you guys would like, or any other 2 cards you guys want to play in your deck, but I'm playing 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. So this is just my personal tech at the moment. You guys don't have to play this card. I understand this card is very expensive at the moment, but it's one of the cool techs that you can utilize in today's metagame. So if you guys don't know what this card does, if your opponent has activated a monster effect during the main phase this turn, activate one of these effects. Draw 2 cards. So it's Pot of Greed. Second effect, take control of 1 monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. So this card is a Forceful Sentry. Let's say you summon Alistair and you activate Ash Blossom on your Alistair. You then can resolve Triple Tactics Talent because it's during the main phase your opponent activated a monster effect this turn. You can easily draw 2 cards or look at your opponent's hand or take control of one of their monsters on their field. You guys don't have to play this card. This card can be Pot of Desires if you guys will like, especially for this specific variation of the deck. And that's pretty much rounds out for the spells. After traps, for your hand traps, obviously. Triple Infinite Impermanence, one of the most staple hand traps that you must play in your deck, especially in today's metagame. Next off, 1 Shaddoll Schism right here. This card is absolutely insane. It's a card that's going to help you make your lock on the very first turn window. So during your main phase, you can fusion summon one Shadow monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed from your field or graveyard but cannot attack directly. Then you can send to the graveyard one monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as that fusion summoned monster. So you summon Winda on the field, if your opponent has a dark monster, send that dark monster to the graveyard. And to round off for your traps, we're playing double Dogmatika Punishment. This card is the brand new interruption for the entire deck. Target one face of monster your opponent controls, send one monster with equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that monster. So if you're sending Elder Entity NTSS to the graveyard, you pretty much destroy 2 cards on the field, which is insane. But the only downside about this card's effect is that until the end of your next turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. So you need to wait until the end of your next turn when this card resolves special from the extra deck. But if you already control pretty much big board presence already, you're pretty much able to utilize this card to its full potential to just disrupt your opponent's plays during their turn, which is really, really good. So Dogmatika Punishment, absolutely amazing. You can also fusion summon first during your turn and then just clear your opponent's board with Dogmatika Punishment by sending your Elder Entity to the graveyard and also sending in the monster. So that way that you pretty much can be clear to attack your opponent for lethal, which is pretty good. So you can still special summon as many times from your extra deck and then resolve this card. That's pretty much your main deck. Let's go off to the extra deck real quick. You want Titanic Clyde, the Ash Dragon right here. This card is insane. It's one of the cards that's going to be able to help send to the graveyard using your Dogmatika monster ability. So if you guys don't know what this card does, is that it gains attack equal to the combined original levels of monsters used for its fusion summon times 100. After this card is fusion summoned for the rest of this turn, it's unaffected by activated effects of any other monsters special summoned from the extra deck. During the end phase, if this card is sent to the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add to your hand or special one Falling on Blaze or Dogmatika monster for your deck to your hand. This card right here is a Scarm effect. Send it to the graveyard. You search your Fleur de Lis directly from your deck to your hand. So you have another guaranteed additional interruption. Next off, your Shadow monsters, one Construct, one Winda, and also one App Clone. App Clone is going to be able to help you search your Schism directly from your deck to your hand to get access to your Shadow Winda. These Shadow cards right here are really good with the Dogmatika monsters because they get a trigger off once they're sent to the graveyard. So that's pretty much it for your Shadow monsters. Next off, for your Evoke Engine, the one Kaliga, one Purgatrio, one Aguides, double Mechabo right here. So this will pretty much round off all the Invoke cards you're playing in the deck. Next off, you're going to play, of course, the one Secure Gardener and also the one Amarage. Really good with your Alistair and helps you get access to Makaba on the very first turn. And then last but not least, you're going to play, of course, the one Wind Pegasus adding Nistra right here. This card is amazing to send to the graveyard off cards like Punishment. And the reason why this card is in here is because of its graveyard's ability, where it reads that if another card you control is destroyed by battle by your opponent card effect, while you control this card on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish this card, target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. So this card is a unicorn by easily banishing yourself from the graveyard to shuffle any card your opponent controls. Double Elder Entity and TSS right here. Like, really great interruption card. Send it to the graveyard, you destroy a card on the field. Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. This card literally serves as the same purpose as Elder Entity and TSS because Maximus can't send double NTSS to the graveyard in the exact same turn. You need to send monsters with different names from the extra deck. So if I want to get the ability to potentially pop 2 cards on the same turn, I can actually send NTS to the graveyard with Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. And this card is only in here because of its secondary effect, where it reads that you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one monster in the field, and destroy it. The Skull Knight's in here, really great, and these are the 4 cards that are going to be sent to the graveyard to interrupt and disrupt your opponent's plays, which is absolutely incredible. So that will pretty much round off for your extra deck right here. Let's go off with the quick combos that you guys are able to do with this deck right here. Alright guys, welcome to the brand new quick combos that you guys can actually do with the brand new Dogmatika archetype. This deck is insane, super consistent, and today I'll showcase you guys 2 combos, the one card combo and a 2-card combo involving Nadir Servant and also Alistair the Invoker. So without further ado, I won't waste any more of your time, let's begin. So activate this card's ability. This card lets you Foolish Burial a monster from the extra deck, and the card that you're going to Foolish Burial is your El Shaddai App Clone right here. So you send your App Clone to the graveyard, you get to search Maximus directly from your deck to your hand. Now once App Clone gets sent to the graveyard, you get to activate App Clone's effect to add the Shadow Schism directly from your deck to your hand, and you also have to discard 1 card. And the card that you're going to be discarding is the Shadow Schism that's in your hand. Send it to the graveyard. Now what's going to happen is that you are going to summon Maximus by banishing your El Shaddai App Clone from your graveyard. So you banish App Clone. Now Maximus is going to trigger off its effect to send 2 monsters from the extra deck to the graveyard. The monster that you're going to send from the extra deck to the graveyard is going to be El Shaddai Construct and also your Titanic Clyde, the Ash Dragon. Construct will get its ability to add the Shadow Schism that's in your graveyard to your hand. So these cards will be in your graveyard. And now what you're going to do is that you're going to set the Shadow Schism and then pretty much end your turn. So this is a pretty much quick one card combo. And you guys are probably thinking, Sam, what the heck can this board do? What's going on, right? So now what's going to happen is that during the end phase, Titaniclide will trigger off its effect since it was sent to the graveyard this turn. You can add to your hand or special summon one Dogmatika monster directly from your deck to your hand. So the Dogmatika monster that you're going to special summon is going to be your Ecclesia. So after Titaniclide, to special summon Ecclesia directly from your deck to your side of the field, which is really good. And now once she's special summoned, you got to activate her ability to search another Dogmatika monster directly from your deck to your hand. And the monster that you're going to search is obviously a Fleur-de-Lis right here. Okay, so you're going to add Fleur-de-Lis directly from your deck to your hand. So you provide another interruption during your opponent's turn. This is your end board right here. You have this card in your hand, 2 monsters on the field, and you have a Shadow Schism right here. So during your opponent's turn, you're going to activate Shadow Schism right here to banish the Titaniclide, which is a dark, and also the El Shaddai Construct, which is a Shadow monster, to special summon El Shaddai Winda from your extra deck. So off one card right here, you have 3 interruptions on the field. One interruption as a window, another interruption off Schism. If your opponent has a dark monster on the field, you easily get to send that to the graveyard. So since window was special from the extra deck, you can easily trigger off this card's ability whenever your opponent tries to do something. You can special summon this card from your hand to negate any face-up monster effect, and also at the same time this effect does not target. So off one card, you potentially have 3 interruptions already built in one, but window already within itself is already a really big card for your opponent to get around, especially against Animancimators. They're not getting out that window. You pretty much just win the duel from there and then. So that's pretty much it for the first combo. Let's go off to the second combo real quick. Alright guys, for the second combo, it's very simple. All you need is Alistair and the Dear Servant, and you pretty much have game right here. So what you're going to do first is that you're going to normal summon Alistair, activate Alistair's effect. You're going to search Invocation directly from your deck to your hand. Now what you're going to do is that you're going to link Alistair away for the Solomon Great Amirage, which is really great. And now you're going to send Amirage away to make your Secure Gardener right here. And now what's going to happen is that you are going to activate Invocation right here to banish the Secure Gardener and also the Alistair from your graveyard to special summon Makaba right here. And I'm going to showcase you guys something real quick. So, how many summons is that? You have 1 summon off Alistair, 1 summon off Secure Gardener, 3 summons for Solomon Great Amirage. So Makaba is your 4th summon. This is why Nibiru isn't too great of a hand trap in today's metagame because of combos like this. Because Makaba is your 4th summon, you're going to activate Invocation, shuffle this card back into your deck to add the Alistair to your hand. Look, you have 4 summons with the Nibiru negate right here. So now you can easily just resolve the Dear Servant without having to worry about Nibiru. So now what you can do is that you can go in the Dear Servant, send the Applone to the graveyard, add Maximus directly from your deck to your hand. Applone is going to trigger to add your Shadow Schism directly from your deck to your hand. You're going to send Schism to the graveyard to resolve Applone's ability. Now what you can do is that you can banish the Amirage in your graveyard, summon Maximus right here, activate Maximus effect to send Titaniclide and also your Shadow Construct to the graveyard, trigger our Construct to add Schism back to your hand. So now you get to set Schism, and now during the end phase, Titaniclide will get a trigger, special summon Ecclesia from your deck, activate Ecclesia's effect, search your Fleur-de-Lis directly from your deck to your hand. Right here, now you pass turn to your opponent. Makaba should be in defense, by the way, so you can play around Lightning Storm right here. So you pass turn to your opponent, activate Schism, summon your window right here, which is absolutely broken. You have 1 negate. You also have an additional negate with Fleur-de-Lis as well. Your opponent cannot run over the window because you have Alistair in their hand for 3200 damage, and you also have negate with Makaba as well. And right now, remember, you should have 3 other cards in your hand, which is really, really crazy. So that's pretty much it for the combo, guys. Remember, Nibiru is a joke against this deck. And there's also another combo as well where you can summon Construct instead of Winda, so you can send a light monster to the graveyard if you guys would like. A lot of you will see this hand and think this hand is a brick. Maximus and double effect failure. A lot of people won't like this. People will say it's a brick. But in Yassine's eye, it is not a brick. If you guys want to see how you guys can actually play with this deck while slowly unbreaking your hand to combo off into your combo plays, make sure you guys check out the more in-depth combo in the link in the description box below. I'll link you guys to Yassine's channel for you guys to check that out. And that's pretty much for this video. Give this video a huge thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts about this deck. And I'm coming at you guys with more deck profiles for the 2020 format post-Rise of Duelists very, very soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Alright guys, peace.